When parents start to pressure you for marriage, it can be very annoying or stressful. In today's video, I'll talk about how to handle this pressure psychologically, how to communicate with your parents, and then at the end of the video, I'll give you a quick bonus guideline on how to approach finding a partner. If you understand the points in this video, your life can become much happier and smoother with your parents. And if you like the video, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and bell icon. Let's begin. I've had a counseling client who told me that every single call she made with her mother used to remind her, pressurize her, when will you get married? You're getting so old, just find anyone. I'm so worried. My only wish in life is to see you married. Every call ever. And my client became so sick of it, she started hating even calling her mother. Like, I don't want to talk to her anymore. Like, she has nothing else to talk about. I love her, but it's getting very annoying. I don't want to snap at her, but I end up doing that and then I feel guilty. Why is she so obsessed? Why can't she just let me be? We can start with the why. Why do parents even act like that? There could be many reasons. Let's look at them. According to parents, there is some right time to get married. Let's say 28 for women, 32 for men, or whatever. Now, if you have crossed that line, it may seem risky to them. What if my child doesn't find anyone? What if my child stays single all her life? It may seem wrong to them, like there is a right time for everything. What is this attitude with this generation, ignoring basic norms of life? Is marriage a joke to you? Then it's also the pressure from people around them. Sometimes parents are simply passing on the stress from others to you. Like, what will I say to the relatives, the society? What if people think something is wrong with my daughter? I am answerable to this society. Your relatives and family friends don't even let your parents forget about it. Like, when they run out of topics to talk about, they're like, so, when's Bablu getting married? I mean, it's getting late, no? Your mom tries to act cool with them. Oh, it will happen soon. He's trying to shift his job, but starts boiling internally. And then when they leave, she bursts. What did I do so wrong to deserve this? Why can't you just do anything like other normal kids? And you're like, she was all nice with me 1 hour back. Where did this come from? Other than this, they could be pressuring you because of their own desires, like wanting a grad child, or they could be pressuring you out of a sense of duty that it's on me to make sure that the child gets settled in time. Now we come to solving the problem. How do you handle this pressure psychologically? Usually parents add pressure by some common ways, like do it for my happiness. If you respect your parents, you will agree to do this. Or do this for me because I have done so much for you. Let's address all three. First, your parents are responsible for their own happiness and life satisfaction. If they are telling you that they can't be happy unless you get married, they are wrong about their own psychology. They can only find happiness through their own mind, not through you. But if you still want to try to make them happy, there are so many other ways you can try. Visit them more often, call them more often, buy them gifts, involve them in your life, do fun things with them, etc. You don't have to marry in a rush for their happiness. That's too much. When to get married, who to get married is something you decide for your happiness, not your parents. Be very clear on that. Next, respect. Some parents come with the attitude that by ignoring their wishes, you are disrespecting them. So you start feeling guilty. Am I a bad son? Am I disrespecting my father? Is it okay to just ignore your parents' expectations like that? For this, you must clearly understand what respecting your parents or respecting anyone else really mean. Fundamentally, respecting another human involves the following. You give others equal status as yours. See their life as inherently worthy, deserving of dignity. Don't violate their human rights. Assume they are reasonable. Assume they have good intentions despite mistakes. When you talk to them, allow them to speak fully. Listen with curiosity. Accept their right to disagree or not comply with you. Stay polite even during disagreement or conflict, etc. These are the basic things that come under respect. Respect doesn't mean you have to agree with anyone. Respect doesn't mean you have to do what they say. In fact, by not accepting your choices, your parents are disrespecting you, not the other way around. Be very clear on that. Next, parents can say, I have done so much for you. Can't you do this much for me? Of course, parents have done a lot for you. You exist because of them. But remember, they did those things primarily out of duty. Like, you were born helpless. You needed to be cared for and loved. This doesn't mean you shouldn't be grateful. You should. But this sure means that they cannot demand gratefulness from you. Don't fall in that trap. Also, when they did things for you, they did it according according to their choices. So when you do things for them, you can do it out of your own choices. Like you can take care of them when they are sick, you can help them renovate their house, you can gift them a car, you can make sure they live a comfortable life, you can throw grand birthday parties for them. There are so many other needs that they may have, you can fulfill those. You don't have to marry early out of gratefulness. That's too much. Overall, you have to come out of this template of putting your parents on a higher pedestal. It's not good for anyone. Not good for you, for them, or for the relationship. Understand this carefully. The best relationships emerge out of equality between individuals. Start seeing yourself as completely equal to your own parents and even your grandparents. Complete equality of status. Once you start to see yourself as equal to parents, resisting pressure becomes easier. So think of it like this. What if your friend was pressurizing you? What if your brother or sister was pushing you for something? What if your neighbor was pushing you? You would find it easier to say no in those circumstances, right? That's because you don't put them on a pedestal. You need to do the same with your parents. Let's now assume after understanding those points, you are now psychologically stronger, but you still have to deal with them. You still have to talk to them. So here are some guidelines on how to communicate with them. First of all, you have to repeatedly communicate your reasons for delay. Like whenever you talk, don't get impatient. Keep telling them why you are delaying. Be prepared to repeat yourself even 100 times. You're not doing this because you're answerable to them. You're only doing it because you care for the relationship with them. The goal of this repeated communication is not that you have to make sure that they agree with you. The goal is to make sure that they understand your reasons in depth and the reasons stay fresh in their minds. The goal is to make sure that they have a feeling that you are engaging with them, not shutting them down. Many children think that they have explained everything, but they do it very superficially. Most children simply just snap at parents, shut them down, get annoyed, repeat one or two basic things. Real communication is when you tell them your own deeper beliefs, values, desires, your detailed future plans. If your conversation is ending in 5 minutes with your parents, you're not having a conversation. Remember, even if they don't agree with you fully, their worry or anger can certainly reduce if they fully understand your thoughts and your plans. Your efforts will sure have some impact. If your parents don't understand you despite your best communication, it's not your problem. Always remember, your parents are also just imperfect beings with their own limitations and weaknesses. Sometimes they can be too close-minded or inflexible. You can't change that, so don't feel guilty. Also, they do have the right to disagree with you. You have to respect that too. So don't get aggressive if they are still stuck on the same point. Let them be stuck. You have done your part, move on. If they push too much, like in the case of my client, tell them clearly, I'm not enjoying talking to you these days because you keep bringing back this topic. Next time you bring it up, I'll hang up the phone or walk away from the conversation. I'll only talk again when you're ready to talk about something else. Of course, do this only in extreme cases. In normal cases, stick to repeated, in-depth, respectful communication. And here's the quick bonus guideline on finding a partner. See, finding a partner is a very confusing and difficult process anyway. So don't rush it because of your parents. Getting married late is much better than getting married wrong. Ultimately, you're the one who has to live with the person for the rest of your life. The parents won't come to save you when you find out that you can't hold a serious conversation with your quickly found partner for 6 minutes. Your parents will not be your therapists. Just take a look at their married life. Are they even able to solve their own problems? Take your due time in finding a suitable partner, someone who you enjoy talking to, have something in common with, someone who has similar values and desires, etc. The process is long and confusing. Start as soon as you can. Meet a lot of people. Go out on a lot of dates. You can delay the wedding, but don't delay the process of finding. No matter how busy you are, find some time to find a partner if you want a partner at some point in your life. Shortcuts can be disastrous. Also, finding someone through arranged marriage can be very risky and confusing. I have discussed 2 big mistakes that you can avoid during the process of arranged marriage in this video. Link is also in the description. Shridhar LifeSchool is a team of psychologists who specialize in counseling. To book sessions, go to our website shridharlifeschool.com.